Does waifu mean wife?
Yeah, I think so.
Mr. Gorbachev.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Mr. Gorbachev.
Turn up this podcast.
I'm in this for the money and the pussy, and they're both falling off the trees.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 116 of the Reasonable Doubt Podcast. As always, we are your hosts, Eric C. Griff.
And Chicka J Money.
How's it been? Nice jersey.
Thank you. Did you watch the Tigers game today?
I did not watch the Tigers game.
They lost by 2. It was fucking close.
It was close. Who they play?
They played Houston.
Oh, fuck the Astros.
Yeah.
Cheating bastards.
Yeah, I know. Brutal.
Fuck them.
It was rough. 7-7 for a while. Bases loaded for Houston, and they got him out. I was like, bring it back, and then they didn't.
And then they just didn't do it. This is the rally point, gentlemen.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna casually let him fucking catch up, back up. Cool.
Softball's starting soon.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Are you pumped?
I am super stoked. I've started my spring training regimen. I'm not even joking.
Have you?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm lifting 3 days a week.
Are you really?
I am.
You're back to the gym?
I am back to the gym.
That's why you look healthier today.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have no bags under your eyes. You look rested and healthy right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm drinking a lot of water.
Good.
And it's like, I wish I would say it's for my health.
But it's not.
It's just so I can hit tanks.
Yeah, I'm going to center field next week. And I'm going to hit the batting cages.
Nice.
And I'm going to start doing like Russian twists and stuff so I can get that like full core fucking engagement.
This is, if you're ever struggling to like exercise and you're struggling for motivation, play a sport. A very rec league sport.
And then try to be the best.
And like something very, very co-ed.
Yeah.
Something very, very non-competitive and just for fun. And ruin that for people.
Yeah.
By just being a monster.
It's honestly so much fun.
And then, but you also get mad at other people that try too hard. Because you're like, okay, fucking come on, buddy.
Slow the fuck down.
Slow the fuck down. It's fucking rec league softball. And then I'm up there bat flipping.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be the best guy there.
Dude, so our softball team last year, I think we lost one game. We were like division champions.
Yeah.
And it was exactly like our whole team was
just
like
trying super hard.
Murder attitude every game. We go into play people and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have so much fun," and we're like, "Home run derby." Like,
there's no fun involved.
Yeah, there's no
business.
Fun. We're here to fucking win.
Speaking of sports, we lost a hero.
We did. We haven't talked about it.
And
it was too sad.
It was too sad. It's rough when you lose one of your childhood heroes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try and get through this without getting emotional. But
I'm sure people have heard
Orenthal James Simpson.
Yeah.
Also known as the Juice.
Yeah.
Passed away.
Mr. the Juice.
Quietly at home, surrounded by family.
Yeah.
Just all around, what an awful predicament. 76, just a kid. Whole life ahead of him.
It's
go ahead. Just to like list off accomplishments: 4-time All-Pro, a father.
Yeah.
You know, like rushing for over 2,000 yards in a 14-game season. The best to ever do it, probably.
Yeah.
It's just really tough, and I'd really like for you to keep the Reasonable Doubt podcast in your prayers right now, because for the two of us, this is a soul-crushing blow.
I was actually really upset reading a lot of the announcement of his death, because this is like an actual thing. I don't know of anyone else that was accused of a crime and then acquitted.
Exactly.
And found innocent.
Yep.
And then carries that burden for the rest of their life.
Yeah, and then
of like he died
of
and the
cancer.
Cancer, and the first thing you read when it talks about his death is alleged
accused murderer.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, guys, way to get your cheap shots in when the man's dead.
Yeah, like fuck's sakes, man, he died,
and he can't defend himself anymore. Is it bugging you?
Yeah, because it's being a dumbass. Go ahead.
Yeah, now he's like. You didn't say shit about him for the last 10 years. The second he dies, alleged murderer.
He's getting like 200 likes on his Twitter posts. I'm one of them.
Yeah,
And,
every single one.
dude,
I follow the juice.
He's like one of the only people I follow on Twitter. Him and Tim Dillon.
Hey there, Twitter world.
Hey there, Twitter world. It's OJ.
Yeah,
But
it's classless.
yeah, it is.
It's
I actually
tactless.
think it is. He passed away.
He died of cancer.
Yeah, and you're gonna seriously be like that petty at the end of his life? Like, fuck off. Also, look through the case. I'm not saying that I don't think he was involved with his wife's murder, but he didn't. He was accused of first-degree murder. He didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do it. Every forensic analyst that went to the scene said whoever killed was Ron Goldman.
Yeah, Ron Goldman, yeah.
Whoever killed Ron Goldman was in a fight, in a knife fight with him.
Yeah.
OJ didn't have a scratch on him.
Nope.
So he didn't do it. Because...
Gloves didn't fit. Right? Like, I don't know what else you want. If you think he did it, then to you, we have to throw out every other decision in the U.S. justice system.
Yeah, it means that you don't believe
you
don't believe in that.
The rule of law.
Yeah.
So now what?
Yeah, like you tried
John Wayne Gacy was found guilty.
You tried him for first degree murder, and honestly, like, he just didn't do it. So if you think that he hired someone to kill his wife, okay, then make
That's
a
a
case.
different thing.
That's a different thing. But he didn't kill his wife.
Yeah, if you're so convinced that he killed his wife, then how come the case was not proving it beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Beyond
A reasonable doubt. Which is such a shame, because we had OJ lined up to be on the show in like 2 weeks.
I know. It was terrible.
You know, he kept his cancer pretty secret from the people. I think 4 days before he died, he posted saying all is well and he's fine. Because he's humble. He doesn't need anyone's sympathy. And he's a man that understands privacy.
Yeah.
Which is why we didn't announce that he was going to be on the show. We just wanted it to just drop. But unfortunately, flying him out, can't do that anymore. Unfortunately. So just once, and I'd like to say on behalf of the Reasonable Doubt podcast and all of our viewers, rest in sweetest peace, O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
I hope you're up there just
running the ball.
Just running the ball,
juice.
breaking tackles, being the juice, driving a sweet Bronco.
Yeah.
I hope you're doing great up there.
Yeah.
And that's the official stance of us and everyone that listens to us.
Yep.
Prayers up. Prayers up for O.J. Simpson.
Yeah. Yeah. Rest in peace.
Famously, I'm not black. I'm O.J.
It is sad. I mean, I've really been thinking about systemic things surrounding media. I think that the media has far too much influence because of this OJ thing. It got me thinking about this.
Yeah.
I think the media has far too much influence in, how do I say this? Like real shit. You know
That's
what I
the
mean?
whole point of media, is to influence, though.
I know, but for a long time, it was the responsibility of media to provide people with real information and an unbiased opinion.
Well, that was the job of the news.
Yeah.
Not just media.
Okay, the news. But the news now is incredibly biased.
Yeah.
It's incredibly biased. It's horrendous, that like the way that they treat people. And this outside the OJ thing. Do you know how many people, if you go back and watch clips like while they're going through trials, man, the fucking, even as long ago, what was his name that like Wheat Kings is fucking is about? The song Wheat Kings by the Tragically Hip. I can't remember his name.
Okay.
But like, he was the last person seen with this girl.
Yeah.
And they went on a date or whatever, and then she was murdered later that night. Served whatever, 25, 30 years in prison.
Damn.
And maintained being innocent the entire time. And right at the end of his sentence,
They found out he was innocent?
for new forensic stuff came out and it found out he was innocent. It was a totally different guy, and they arrested some old man. And it was like, there you go. And he was demonized by the media. If you go back and watch clips, he was demonized.
And I bet there's still a lot of people that are convinced it was him.
Yeah, and because of the media. And it's like, And this dude has had that as a burden on his life. The Canadian government had to pay him out millions of dollars.
Well, fair enough.
Fair enough. He spent 30 years in prison.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
At what point do you spend enough time in prison that getting out is just like
Why?
not
What's
good
the
for
point?
you anymore?
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? You have no skills. You're a felon. You don't know what the world is now.
Well, that's like this guy. Had he not been given all this money, what was the point of letting him out?
Yeah, because a lot of times they'll
He
just
went,
do
he went
crime
from
again.
being like 20 to being like
50.
50, and it's like, what are you going to do at 50 years old? Get your first fucking job? Or your second job?
Yeah.
And you have a 30-year gap in your resume? Like, how the fuck does that work?
How do you explain a 30-year gap on the resume?
Yeah, and
Where were you? In prison.
You know, another thing that really bothers me is that people serve. I hate this. It grinds my gears.
What it gets his goat.
Yeah,
It
get my fucking
activates his
goat.
almonds.
Why is it that someone can serve their sentence in prison, they're still a convict?
I hate it.
That's a bullshit rule.
The whole
point
of
of
your
serving your time is to serve your time.
Yeah, once you leave prison,
You're
that
a
should
free
be it.
man. You're a free man. Once you've served your time in prison, you're a free man.
Yeah, it's why I hate when people get all gross about prison. Like, oh, he's gonna have a bad time in jail. It's like, dude, don't cheer on someone getting raped.
Yeah, like that's
the
fucked.
whole point of the prison sentence is to atone for what you've done and to reflect and to rehabilitate yourself.
Yeah.
But for some reason, we're like, oh, well, you went to prison, served your sentence entirely peacefully the whole time. You know? Even like pled guilty, did
Yeah.
your whole thing, come back out, you're like, I won't
Acknowledge
hire
it.
you.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, I can't hire a convict. Like, oh, what? So this person's just condemned
Yeah,
to the
so
life
now
of a
what?
convict.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point in if they're gonna serve the sentence, then what's the point in serving the sentence if you're not an innocent man after?
Yeah, because then why not just put people in jail for life for everything?
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah, you might as well.
Or
if
just
you're going to
kill
jail,
'em.
just go to jail forever.
Or just shoot them.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, what's
That's
the fucking
it.
point?
Bah! You stole.
Yeah, do you know how hard it is to fucking, like, undo that for people?
Well, the thing is, too, like, especially now, like, coming out of jail, trying to, like, get an apartment and a job.
Yeah.
You're competing with 22-year-olds who have nothing but fucking time, never been to prison, and are also, like, 20 years younger than you. So they're just in better shape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know, it's brutal.
That's got to be tough.
That's
why I ain't never going back. I shouldn't say that, eh?
No, probably not.
I almost got my ass beat for saying that one time.
I believe that.
You were there.
Jail people get real angry.
Jail people get really mad, yeah. I was really drunk. I was like 19 outside of a bar.
yeah.
And I said that on the sidewalk like a dumbass, really loud. And someone was like, oh, you been to jail? I was like, no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding around. He's like, jail's not a fucking joke, guy.
You're right.
You've been to jail.
I see what happened.
I see where I fucked up here.
Yeah, it's true.
I made a whole joke out of your living hell, okay?
It's not a joke. It's scary as fuck, man.
Yeah, it is scary.
There are certain things like that in life that are like, they're fucking no joke. Like, that shit's scary.
You think I mean, you never think about like being in jail, really. If you're not committing like major crimes all the time, you don't think about going to jail. But like every now and then, I'll think about it. I'll be like, imagine if I had to do like 10 years right now.
You'd be fucked.
Holy fuck, I wouldn't last.
Dude, remember that woman in London that, this has got to be 5-6 years ago now. She went in, she had a bunch of outstanding parking tickets, a dispute. She was pissed with whatever the company was at the building she worked at downtown. She was like, I'm not paying for parking. My company can pay for it. And they're like, man, she's like, I work here and I have to drive to work. You're paying for my fucking parking. You don't pay me enough to not have this. Like, pay for my fucking parking. You pay for other people's parking. Anyway, the dispute goes on. She gets all these outstanding parking tickets because she just keeps parking there being like, get fucked.
Yep. Cool way to be about this. Yep.
She's a little bit ignorant, whatever. But nonetheless, goes to Middlesex County and is murdered in prison.
Oh!
And went in on fucking parking tickets and it ended her life.
How long was she going in for?
She was in to go to a hearing. She was in for like a fucking weekend.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that'd kind of be like a good... It wouldn't be too bad if it was like, you have $3,000 worth of parking tickets, or you could spend a weekend in jail. I'd take the weekend in jail every time.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, 2 days.
Yeah, if I can go, I'll go on vacation.
And no cell phone? Sure.
Yeah, no cell phone. It's probably good for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Set my dopamine.
do a lot of push-ups.
Yeah, go in for a weekend and come out jacked.
Yeah, fix my circadian rhythms.
Come out of jail jacked, covered in tattoos.
Yeah.
You guys don't know what it's like in the joint.
Yeah. Fuck. Bunch of
Got fucking killed.
tattoos. She got murdered though. That's fucked up, eh?
That is fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't get that. Like, okay, from what my limited understanding of prison is, it's like, you're kind of sectioned off into groups when you go.
I think.
And it's like against your will. Like, you don't willingly hang
Yeah,
out
like,
with the
I wanna be
racist.
with these guys.
Yeah, you have to be with the white guys if
Or
you're a white guy.
Not with anyone, and you're gonna get hurt.
Or you're gonna get hurt. So you kind of just have to, like, fit in with these people. And then it's like, yo, we need you to, like, fuck that guy up. You kind of have to do it.
Yeah.
Which will turn your, like, 5-year prison stay into a 15-year prison stay because...
I heard from my old journeyman who'd been to jail. I'm not going to drop the name. But he's been to jail a couple times, I think. But he said that he's like, the best thing you can do is literally go in and shut the fuck up and keep your head down.
No, what you gotta do, and this is...
No.
This is
From a guy who I went through
find
it,
the
was
biggest
fine.
guy in there.
He said, don't do that. He said, you go in and you shut up and you stay in line and wait. And he's like, you just wait. He's like, guys, play fucking cards. Like, you don't be too social. You just, like, kind of keep to yourself. You play cards with people, whatever. Like,
Don't bet anything.
yeah. And he's like, yeah. And then you, like,
Don't owe anybody anything.
no. You just fucking do your time and leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, the
Keep your
restaurant
head
industry
down.
is an industry that is full of people that have been to jail.
Yeah, because they hire ex-cons.
Yeah, it's one of the only... It's the only one of the only ones where it's like, ex-con, yeah, the guy probably deserved it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, I was talking...
What'd you do? What'd you do? Beat this dude to death. Well,
What'd he say?
What'd he say? Called me a fairy. Ah, that's fine.
Yeah, fine. He probably deserved to die.
No one's gonna call you a fairy here.
Yeah, he probably deserved to die forever. Like, I was working with this, like, little old guy. He was a sweet little old guy. And we were talking about, like, playing cards or something. He's like, oh, gin. I love playing gin. And I was like, oh, yeah, like, I love gin.
Gin,
but-
rummy gin. I
Yeah.
love playing those.
I was like, I played gin with, like, my family growing up. He's like, I learned it in prison. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, you are, like, 5'2".
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I was like, what'd you go to jail for? And he's like, nah. Just, like, waved it off. And I never got it out of him.
No, you
Which
won't.
means something violent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, if you did something a little petty, they'd be like, I stole, or I got a couple DUIs or something.
I was sitting talking to a guy at a bar on Dundas.
Tracks.
No. I was sitting, he seemed really nice, normal. We were chatting, and then he kind of made a comment that, like, oh, yeah, well, you know, when I was in prison. And I'm like,
Way to sprinkle that in.
yeah, I was like, what'd you go to prison for? And he looked at me and he laughed. He goes, assault and battery. It's like, huh. He's like, yeah, like, I didn't mean to. It's like, oh.
No, I think to get convicted, you have to mean to.
Yeah, especially the battery. That means you kept going after you didn't mean to.
The battery part is what I'm focusing on.
Yeah,
the assault, you can spit on someone and
catch
get
an
assault.
charge. Yeah. Battery charges mean that you got angry.
When I went to prison, what'd you go to prison for? Like, triple homie. Nothing big though. I didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to do it. Yeah, I just kind of picked up my beer and left.
Yeah, it's like, was that your defense with the lawyer? Like, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I got
Your Honor.
I got heat of the moment. I just beat the hell out of him.
Your Honor, it was an accident.
How many Italian guys does it take to dump a body off a cliff?
I don't know how many.
None, your officer.
That's funny. I like that one. I'm gonna hold on to that one.
None, your honor, he fell.
I love making fun of Italians. They're just such funny people. They're like just they're small and they're hairy and they
You know, speaking of the other side of the world, you know what I learned?
What's that?
In Tokyo, apparently in the like morning radio on the way to work in Tokyo,
Yeah.
it announces it'll tell you what cherry trees are blooming and where they are in downtown Tokyo.
That's so
What
fun.
ones are blooming for the days, like each
Aw.
day. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many places in the world where they do such nice things.
I know. Why can't we have those?
And then it's like to even bring up half of the things that they do here, they're like, no. Why
Yeah.
would we do that? That's stupid. Why doesn't FM 96 be like, oh, the fucking trees are looking nice on the Thames today. Go check it out.
Go walk by the Thames. Yeah, there's
It's awesome over there. Also,
the magnolia trees downtown are blooming. Take
Yeah,
a walk through
Take
downtown.
a walk through. It's like, nope, that's ad space, baby. You gotta
Yeah.
cram in another fucking ad about like a pawn shop in there.
It's hardcore capitalism.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
fucking, what was that meat place in Gibraltar?
The meat
Bob's Ultimate Meats.
Okay, I liked the meat place.
So do I, but the fucking commercial?
Yeah, it's a little.
Bob's Ultimate Meats. I remember that. And then there's that mattress guy that sounds like SpongeBob.
Mattress Depot.
Yeah, fuck that. If you're listening, what's his name?
I don't know. They're Italian. I wouldn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Maybe they're mobbed up.
Yeah.
No, there is no mafia.
Oh, there is.
No, there is no mafia.
I have friends.
No, the
who
mafia
have
is
died.
dead.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Mafia doesn't
There's
exist.
no mafia.
There's
Yeah.
no mafia.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? There is no mafia. There's no crime here.
It's actually very scary, to be honest.
The mafia?
Yeah, I they make me nervous.
Yeah, well, because I think of like 50s mafia a lot of the time.
I don't think they're like that anymore.
They're not.
But what's crazy is they do still occasionally be like, you know what? You don't believe that we have power? Fuck you. 5 guys go over there and beat the shit out of them with a baseball bat, pay off the cops. And they'll do it and be like, the police are like, we don't know what happened. It looks like he fell. It's like, that man was beaten to death. And they're like, yep, fell down a flight of stairs. Looks like probably could have, if he was...
Maybe if he was a little more careful, he wouldn't have fallen down the stairs.
More careful. He would have fallen down the stairs. Maybe if he wasn't so greedy...
Maybe if he was watching
And
what he was doing.
wasn't so greedy and gluttonous, as you can tell from his weight, he wouldn't have been so heavy and broke his skull inwards.
How'd you get the shit kicked out of you? The cops call you fat. Yeah, this fat fuck, I don't know.
I don't know what the fucking deal is here. The fatty, but it looks like he wasn't very careful.
From what I understand with the mafia is they've been around for so long and they're so ingrained that most of their money is just legal now anyways.
It's pretty legit, yeah.
Because they just bought businesses when it was illegal money, and now these businesses make good, clean money. So they just kind
That's a
of...
lot of organized crime. The Yakuza's the same way.
Yakuza is much more in your face, though, than the mob is.
They
They will have buildings in Japan that are like Yakuza headquarters
Yeah.
on it.
I know. The thing with the Yakuza is, like, they're so international
Yeah.
and, like, so big financially because they're, like, such a financial powerhouse that they're, like, businessmen.
Yeah.
Like, truly, they're fucking, like, disciplined businessmen.
You have to be if you're operating on that scale.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be a fucking loose cannon.
Whereas, like, I think the triads still kind of just run, like, little garbage shit going on. You know what I mean? Like, they're picking up crumbs.
Well, there's levels to organized crime.
Yeah.
There's, like, La Cosa Nostra Mafia.
What's the one, the Spanish one, M6 or whatever?
I don't know.
I think it's M6, right?
Well, were you talking about, like, M13? Like the
M13?
The Hispanic one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the cartels are, like, their own thing. Those are the scariest ones.
The cartels are scary because they're still partaking in the we'll beat you to death and behead you.
Yeah.
But they're also, like, some of the world's largest financial powerhouses.
Yeah, the cartels are scary.
Like
Turns out...
United States level money.
Yeah, narcotics are very profitable,
Yeah.
if you can't believe it. But yeah, like,
can't.
I watched too many videos way too young of, like, cartel dudes cutting each other's heads off.
I know.
And they always found the dullest knife.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
come on,
hacking.
guys.
They're hacking.
You're sawing through the guy's windpipe. Like, give it a thwack.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's fucked up, eh?
Yeah, they do the mean shit.
Yeah.
At least the mob guys, like, shoot you.
I'm gonna just be honest, I would never fuck with an organized crime group because you do not know who's in the pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
You never know.
yeah,
I could be in the pocket.
You know, here's a little. Can we rip on our local government a little bit?
Sure.
Because I've suspected. Sorry, I had to itch my butt cheek.
Yeah, no worries. I saw what you were doing. You didn't need to say. You talking about London, Ontario?
Yes.
Joe Fontana?
No. Well, embezzle how much money for your Italian
I'm
son's
pretty
wedding?
sure actually mob involved.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So are the DeSicos and mayors before.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Hell yeah, boy. I love being a mob town.
Chico. Yeah. But, so, okay. I'm going to get you all fired up.
All right.
I'm going to fire up your fucking anti-policeness for a moment.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
Sure.
Okay. So here's the thing. Our local police department has asked for more money.
Yes.
They are desperately underfunded as there's an exploding homeless population, especially in our city, and they simply do not have the resources. Does pretty much everyone agree with that? Yes. The problem is they're having all-time low arrest rates.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not arresting anyone for anything. And then you want more money. And all that makes me think is, well, you're not fucking doing anything with the money you had. If I was a police department asking for an extra $400 million from the government, I would want to show them that I needed it by picking up every cocksucker on the street that I could and then being like, I don't have anywhere to house them. I don't have the staff to process them. I don't have the money to keep fucking cops on the street to keep people safe. But you don't. Instead, you've arrested no one. And people do drugs everywhere. People commit crimes everywhere in front of police and nothing happens. I was driving home in front of a police officer that was parked and watching. This fucking losing his shit homeless guy, obviously having a very bad psychotic break, throws a fucking socket at my truck and hits the truck.
Yeah.
I spin around, pull up beside the cop, and I'm like, hey, this guy just fucking threw a socket at me from like a socket set. You know what he says to me?
What?
Him and his buddy sitting there like, yeah, man, that sucks. I'm really sorry. Yeah, we're just kind of here to keep the peace. And I was like, he just threw a socket at me. What if it hit my windshield and that caused a car accident? Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, man, there's not much I can do. Like, we're here to make sure people don't get killed. Word for word.
Okay.
Sitting downtown. It's like, why are you downtown? What the fuck are you doing? You're not doing anything.
That's what kills me is, one, I don't think the police are the ones that should be tackling the homeless issue.
I don't think they should be either. I agree.
I think that money should go elsewhere to help the homeless issue, where it's more effective.
But also, I think that if you're a police officer and your job is to keep people safe,
yeah,
when someone is having a psychotic break and becomes violent in public,
exactly,
then you need to do something.
So why do you get more money if you're not even if you're not doing shit right now?
That's what I'm saying. This is where I don't agree with it. Is you're not doing anything. So you don't deserve any more money. If you have all-time high arrest rates and you're cleaning up the streets and you are seeing that you're overloaded, okay. You're cleaning up the streets, you're getting criminals off the street. Because the best part about arresting a homeless person systemically is that when you arrest them and then they're just arrested.
Yeah, not charged.
They're not charged. They're arrested and detained. And then they can, obviously, will plead insanity. Someone will for them, including the police, can plead that they are experiencing extraordinary mental health issues.
Yeah.
And then you put them in a cell, you force them not to take drugs, and they get sleep, which is the number one reason people lose their mind on the streets. Because you're on meth, so you don't sleep, which deteriorates your mental health even more.
Yep.
And then once you do that, you actually bring them back down to a much better baseline. They get food and sleep. And then you can say, look, your mental health is of concern for public safety. You need mental health care. And then you can push that stress off onto the mental health care system in Ontario, which is non-existent.
Which is non-existent now. This is the biggest thing too, is we used to have, and like people talk about like how horribly asylums were run and shit.
Yeah,
like that.
they were, but at least some people got help.
Yeah, it's
better than no one getting help.
There's a certain amount of people in the world that are just going to need mental health care for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. And you just
and I
have to...
don't think just because it's inconvenient and people don't want to look at it, that we should just leave these people behind and kind of hope they die somewhere over there.
Yeah.
I think that's incredibly cruel.
It's fucked up.
There's people that can't fully take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Or need help taking care of themselves. And we just kind of leave them behind and we lump them in with like... Because the thing is, I understand what you're saying, but when you're like arresting a homeless person for just being homeless...
No,
I understand.
Yeah.
But like if someone's sleeping rough and they get picked up, that lumps them in with people that are like dangerous criminals.
Yeah,
right?
fair enough.
It like puts them in the same areas, and it makes the public thought towards these people the same, because all they see is someone getting cuffed and put in a car.
Yeah.
Right? That's the difference.
I agree. There should be the ability that if you're homeless and you're experiencing mental health distress, that you can go to, like, well, our shelters are terribly underfunded. I don't think shelters work anyway, to be honest. I think that you should have the option for rehabilitation, and rehabilitation should not have this, rehabilitation shouldn't have this association to just drugs. Like, people need rehabilitation in life a lot of the times.
Yeah.
You can have someone who doesn't use drugs at all and has experienced like extraordinary amounts of abuse in their life. Mm-hmm. They need rehabilitation to go back to being a normal person.
Yeah, the thing is, rehabilitation's expensive and no one wants to pay for it.
Too fucking bad.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? You know what I want? How about take all the Christmas bonuses that high-earning politicians receive every year and put that towards mental health care and see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's start there. You want to serve your community. You want to be a politician. You want to be a leader of a political party. You want to be high up in a political party. You want to be involved in a political party. It means the only reason that you should get into that career path is to help your fellow statesmen. I actually believe that. The only reason you should get involved in politics is if you give a fuck about the people around you. So if you do, give up your fucking bonuses. Give up a raise for a year. When you're making $85K, you make more than most people. Yep. So fucking give it up. Give it up.
And
see what happens.
You know, too, when the cops do get this budget increase, they're just going to buy like one armored car with it and call it like a racial slur.
Well, what they've done actually, what they've done that has worked. It has improved the situation mildly. To force the hand a little bit, they just overhired. They've been like hiring like cocksuckers because everyone's retiring, right?
Right.
So they've got like a new police force. Everyone's like our age.
Yeah.
So they're just overhiring and then being like, well, we can't pay him unless you give us money. and then telling these officers like, don't arrest homeless people. You're there for presence, keep people safe. Which, I mean...
It's a Band-Aid fix.
It's a Band-Aid fix, but at least we don't have people getting raped in the middle of the night. Believe it or not, 10 years ago, that was a big problem.
Yeah.
6 years ago, that was an issue that, like, you had young girls getting raped in the middle of the night because there was no police presence. Yeah. You could be on Dundas, which for our city is, like, I would say one of the worst streets. Mm-hmm. There's not all of it, but a section of it. And you would be fucking 40 minutes between cruisers. Like, I'm sorry, but that's too fucking long, man. On an area like that where it's lined wall to wall, or like shoulder to shoulder with fucking homeless people, and like people having psychotic breaks. I'm not blaming the individual. I'm saying that like these people have mental health issues. They do all sorts of things that are out of character, right?
Yeah, that's true. So, you can't trust them to be like rational actors.
No, you do need to have... If you're not, we don't have mental health care, which is a separate issue. But from their point of view, I kind of appreciate that they're like, you need to have police presence or people get hurt.
Yeah.
You know, like they just need to be there. Because them being there means they can intervene when a situation happens. And if they're not there and they're 20 minutes away, then what's the fucking point in having police?
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Like, there is a balance there.
You do need to have, like, accountability measures for the police, too, right?
Yeah.
Like body cams.
I'm not saying that it's right across the board. I just think that this move, particularly, like, there's validity to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the state of the city.
Yeah.
What's the state of Christian? How are you, aside from your hurt knee?
Oh, fuck. My knee's brutal right now. It's actually brutal.
He's got a bum knee. He's out for the season.
Not out for
will
the
not
season.
be balling because he
I'm
heard
not
I'm making a return to the court this year.
I'm going to look up.
So he's scared.
I'm going to look up what it's called because it's fucking... It did piss me
He's
off.
going to see Vanilla Thunder drive the paint. The other white meat over here. Throwing down.
It's called patellofemoral pain syndrome. It's basically the fat cap. Oh, I already told you.
Yeah,
but we'll tell them. The fat cap.
Simple terms.
Underneath that goes underneath the patella, which is your kneecap, the bone in your knee that floats in your knee.
Yeah, is it the only bone that's not connected to another bone?
I don't know. I
think it free floats.
It does free float.
Yeah, I think
it's not free floating. It's attached with all sorts of ligaments. But
yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Point being, the fat underneath the synovial fluid has kind of left the very tip of that, so it's not guarding it from impingement between the patella and I think it's either my tibia or like the tibia femur joint.
Yeah.
And so it's pinching when I go upstairs, and it's extremely painful.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I can walk around and I'm fine.
It's just stairs.
It's just stairs. That's the only thing I've noticed. I played volleyball last night.
Did you wear knee pads?
No, I didn't go down on a knee.
You're going down for a bump.
I'm never getting up. Yeah, like it was rough. And then like I played basketball the other day. I was totally fine.
We're getting to that age.
I'm gonna start wearing knee braces every time I play ball now.
We're not that old.
That's what I'm gonna do. A lot of people do it.
Yeah, I know.
If you don't have great
Old
knees,
heads.
If you don't have great knees, like it's preventative, right? Like keep shit intact.
We're getting to the age where we need to have our sports career ending injury soon as the reason why we never went pro. Because if we don't have this, I'm not joking. If we don't have this injury soon, it's be like, why didn't you make it pro? Because I wasn't driven enough.
Okay, well I already have mine.
What's that?
My T5 vertebrae is crushed by about like between 60 and 70% on.
Yeah, my rotator cuffs are just blown. Had to get Tommy John twice.
Oh, wow.
So it's over. Yeah. We gotta have that. Like
you should see my T5. My like
Yeah?
fifth thoracic vertebrae. The front side
yeah.
of me is like, I shit you not, like the vertebrae set like this, right? It's like that. It's like a
How'd you do that?
I don't know. Like an injury during football or whatever. I'm not joking. It looks like a wedge. It's a compression fracture, and like
Does it ever fuck with you?
Oh yeah, that's like it's the root of my back problems. And then as a response, like my back compensates, so I have stress elsewhere, and that's why I blow my my lumbar region all the time.
Oh my god, yeah, the time you fell into the garbage can.
Yeah, I blow my lumbar like.
Is it your neck?
Every couple of years I blow it. Oh my god, yeah. And I couldn't eat, like, what he's talking about is literally, okay, so I was bent over, tying a garbage bag. I was just tying it. And as I yanked it tight and just went, ah! And like, ah! And I just fucking fell into the garbage bag. And then I couldn't move to like stop suffocating myself with garbage. And I fucking, my now fiance is like, it's at your shoulder?
Yeah.
And she's like trying to help me move my arm, and I'm like, stop!
Don't touch me!
And I couldn't fucking speak, it was so bad. And I laid up face down with my face in the garbage for like 45 minutes before I like had enough where I could like roll over and start talking, and I was like, my lower back, like, I can't fucking move.
Exploded.
Yeah, and she was like, what do you mean? I'm like, I literally can't get up off the floor.
That's a tough feeling.
Yeah, I was like, help me. Like, I start, like, I'm laying down and I can't even speak. I'm like, and I start, like, my eyes start tearing.
I'm paralyzed.
That's what I thought, right?
Could you imagine if you get paralyzed by a garbage bag and then they gotta wheel you around forever?
Dude, and, like, no one knows what happened.
If you were paralyzed from the waist down or worse, I'd kill you.
Thank you.
In a merciful way.
Thank you, I appreciate
We would go for a nice walk.
And you just push me in the river.
Yeah, like on a pier.
Yeah.
And it would be sunset, and I'd be like, Chris, close your eyes. And then just dump you. out of the
Dude, I actually...
It's like, Chris, we're going for a drive today.
Okay,
and you'd be
I'll
like,
be honest.
I understand.
If I lost the function of my legs, I think I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
But I would just take all the government money and just go to university.
Well, there's a
for
line.
The rest of my life.
There's a line of where it's too paralyzed. And
If
that
my
line
dick-
is if your dick can't work.
If my dick works, but my legs don't,
Yeah, I can be on the bottom.
I'll be okay. Yeah, I'll be okay. I'm just literally gonna like spend the rest of my life in university, spending government money.
Yeah, for sure. But the second my dick doesn't work,
If my dick doesn't work,
burn me alive.
If my dick doesn't work, or if I'm like can only speak and I can't move anything else, literally, I would like you to kill me.
Yeah, I would do that. It would make me sad, but also I don't know if I could stand to look
Watching
at you.
me do that.
I don't know if
like,
I could watch you waste
you
away.
just
Like,
let me fucking.
be like, we're going for a drive today, Chris, and you'd be like, where? To be like, don't worry.
Ideally, you just let me do go parachuting, and I just won't pull the chute. You know.
Do they let people in wheelchairs go parachuting?
I think so.
With just your little legs flapping in the wind? Because you got no muscle mass anymore?
Yeah.
I'd let you be in a wheelchair for like a year. Just to make sure that the doctors aren't like, wow, he's having a miraculous recovery.
You jump on it a week later, you're like, time to go.
I'm getting better. Sure you are.
My fingers start moving, and you're like, oh, wow. Never
The
mind, you
doctor
might be
said
able
I'm
to
getting
walk.
better. No, he didn't. Come on. You know what he said.
You're going in the water. Get in the water.
Drown you
Why are you walking? Stop.
like 2 feet of water.
Yeah, I stand up.
Half drowning.
So it's not a joke though.
No,
It's
I'd swing a shovel or something.
I
You'd be like
honestly-
sitting there doing a puzzle. And ping.
I actually feel so bad for people who like have horrendous incidents like that.
Oh, it's
It
insane.
You must be horrifically depressed
Life is
for
just
the rest
different.
of your life.
Life is just, yeah. And then, like, the thing is, you could walk at one point. You remember
Yeah,
walking.
that's the thing. People who spend their whole life in a wheelchair, it's like they learn to just live
Yeah,
life.
it's like people that are born blind or whatever.
Yeah, like
Like, that's just your life.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you've ever known. To lose seeing
yeah.
must be so hard.
What would be like? What's the biggest? What sense do you think you could lose?
If I were to lose one,
Yeah.
probably smell.
Lose your sense of smell?
Yeah, it's smell or taste.
I'm gonna be honest. I could not lose my sense of smell.
No?
Smell.
But, okay, touch. Absolutely necessary.
I've already lost most of my sense.
Yeah, I know.
of
I've
touch.
lost a lot of it, and I miss it.
yeah.
Okay. Hearing, like I'm not going deaf because I'll
Yeah.
sound strange.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind making that joke because there's no deaf people listening to a podcast.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying, who's gonna get mad?
Oh, we have closed caption on Spotify.
That's true. Or like, what if it's someone's brother?
Yeah.
Just like, oh, they were making fun of deaf people, and he'd be like, "What? I can't hear you." I'm not like blind is the worst one. Vision is I'll lose every other sense before I lose vision.
Yeah.
Vision is the big one.
Vision's a big one. I like taste and smell because. Yeah, like
I would lose the sense of impending doom. I would lose that one.
That would be nice.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, if that went away.
Well, they say you have 5 senses, but I think we have like 80. There's like tons of senses that
Well,
like.
I have echolocation.
No, you fucking. You don't have echolocation.
What other one?
Well, like your sense of like needing to piss isn't like a touch sense.
But
like,
I know I need to piss.
But you know you need to piss. Hunger is like
yeah.
a sense.
Yeah, but hunger and thirst are very commonly mixed up in the brain.
Yeah, if you're hungry, you're
Often-
probably just thirsty.
You're probably
And I'm always thirsty.
yeah for a beer.
No,
Yeah, I know.
not today.
I actually
Don't test.
I've been trying to be gluten free.
Yeah,
It's not going great.
dude, it sucks.
It's hard.
It sucks.
but it does make me feel better.
I know, and I understand that. Okay, and if not eating gluten makes people feel better, then fine, you should do that. Weigh the options of like how good does bread taste and how much better does this make
That's
you feel.
the thing.
If you have zero gluten sensitivity, stop going gluten free. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And you're conning yourself out of the taste of Wonder Bread and beer.
Or you know what's great that I just want all the time? Well, 2 things. 1, pizza.
Yeah. Gluten-free pizza dough fucking sucks.
Yo, I kind of like ours at work.
Yeah, you know what it is?
What?
Like 2/3 as good as pizza dough. The worst pizza dough I've ever had.
Fair enough. But you know what? What I want all the time that I crave is
that?
fluffy like French loaf. A slice of fluffy French toast, like not toast, sorry, French loaf. With just butter on it.
Yeah.
Just like
A brioche loaf.
oh
I want the softest bread.
yeah,
And then I want to just toast the piss out of it.
and put butter on it.
And put butter, maybe a little jam,
Oh,
a little strawberry jam. The good stuff with chunks of strawberries.
yeah.
Not just jellies.
No, not jelly. You don't fuck jelly.
Or like a really thick buttered toast with baked beans on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I
know.
fuck-
You're
oh.
fucking me up right now.
Just even beer.
Yeah.
Like not even like an alcoholic thing, but like working outside all day and then a
having
beer.
Yeah.
There's like it's actually close
You
to
know what?
orgasmic.
I'll say one thing that I've started to love. Gone to the like seltzers and shit.
I don't trust the seltzers.
I like
I've
'em.
been meaning to talk about this.
Have you? Go.
I don't trust a seltzer
Why?
because we have perfected types of alcohol. We have been drinking beer. We have been drinking wine. We have been drinking whiskey. We've been drinking vodka. We've been drinking this
Gin,
for
yeah.
centuries, if not thousands of years. Right?
Yep.
And at the start of all these, when we were figuring out how to do this, what happened? A lot of people tried it and went blind or got sick and died.
Yeah, but the seltzers, a lot of them are just vodka spiked soda water.
So some of them are.
Those are the ones I drink. I like
I
vodka.
swear to
I'm
God-
a vodka guy. Like I like vodka. One of my favorite drinks of all time.
Yeah,
Honestly?
vodka water.
Yeah, vodka water, vodka soda.
Vodka
Love
water
it.
I love.
Yeah,
But
Tito's.
I think we are in the beginning. We're in the finding out part about seltzers. Because I swear to God, some of them, they're just like, and 5% of that is ethanol. Like, I swear to God, some of them, that's what they do. There's no, like, malt liquor. There's no, like, vodka.
The malt ones are pretty good.
And I'm fine with malt liquor because that's just strong beer.
Yeah, but it's gluten free, right?
No, not a way.
I think so.
I don't think. Old English. You think Old English is gluten free?
No, but some of the malt bevs,
Malt
bevies are.
Well, it's malted barley, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just barley.
Ah.
So I think it's gluten free. Same with like Budweiser's.
Budweiser
gluten-free.
is gluten free, yeah.
Yeah, which is cool.
It would just, yeah, fine.
Like you love Bud.
I know.
We've actually.
If I have to drink American beer, yeah.
We've actually been gluten free for years with
No,
Bud.
that's not true.
You used to drink exclusively Bud Heavy.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I was gluten free. I was sucking back bread. I was, I was eating how much pasta?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You sent that picture to me. I'll make it the thumbnail for this. You sent me that picture of me?
Of us eating when we were
Or
like
see-
really young.
See how fucking thin I
I
was?
know we were like, okay. Did I send you the one with you, me, or with
Yes.
you and Ryan, or just you?
Just me sitting
Yeah,
at the table.
you looked even tinier in
Look
that
how
one.
I'm so thin. That was before I ate, probably since then, 20,000 pounds of fettuccine and
How did I find
10,000
it? It's in the people.
full fat beers.
God, where's Josh in here?
I'll
There's
make it
Josh.
I'll make it the thumbnail
Yeah.
so you can see how small I was. I was a tiny little guy.
Look at Ryan. Oh fuck, I
Brian?
said Brian.
Yeah, I know. Look how small we are.
Yeah, we were tiny.
I also couldn't grow any facial hair yet.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah, and Brian's clean shaven.
Yeah, I know. I
Look
haven't, I haven't seen that in a while. Little baby.
He's a little baby. I know. You look like a little kid.
I know. Well, I was 19.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That'll do it.
Look at us here. Look at how handsome we are.
Oh my God, we used to be so pretty.
We used to be pretty. We were actually very pretty.
We were pretty.
Yeah.
Wow. God, we were fuck boys, weren't we?
We were fuck boys. Yeah, I'm gonna show that. I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys can see this.
That's
That's
6 years ago.
I think it's more than that.
2018?
2018,
Yeah,
yeah.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
God, we were fuck boys.
I know, we were fuck boys and we were lean and hot.
We were hot. I
Dude.
miss pretty privilege sometimes.
I know.
I'm losing it.
Yeah.
Moms don't look me up and down anymore.
Yeah, I know. They just look at me and go, yeah,
there's another
almost 30-year-old dude.
I know, it's so
It's
sad.
brutal. I want to get back to my former glory. That's my goal before 30.
See, okay, this is the thing. We'll never We'll
Yeah.
never be 20 again.
No, you can though. You can.
I can.
I disagree. I
can be
do
20
this.
years old again.
I can fucking do it. You know what? That makes me want to do it. Like MJ. Tell me I can't be in the NBA. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be 20 again.
Sounds good. Well, yeah, I mean, we're on good tracks here. You know, you're going gluten-free. We're exercising.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
doing
just going to go
sports.
to just straight vodka waters. Or vodka soda, vodka water.
Stay off the drugs. It's going to be crazy.
I actually think that that's not the way to go.
Yeah, if you want to thin out.
Yeah. No, the key, I think, one big thing I do notice, a big difference in myself, is even when I was at my leanest in the military, my actual muscular structure has changed drastically from 21 to now.
Yeah? Well, that happens. When you're like 25, you kind of settle into being a man.
Yeah, but even I just look like the immediate muscle over my collarbone. Like, my collarbone I had no pec, so my collarbone was like the fucking start of depth at my shoulder. Now, my collarbone's buried under pectoral.
Yeah.
I
miss sometimes being like 130 pounds.
I know. That's what I'm doing. I kind of miss it. My shoulders are way bigger. My fucking neck. My neck has doubled
I feel
in
like I
size.
take up so much space.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Get the fuck away from me.
Fucking...
Why are you always fucking right on top of me all the time?
I feel like, but the thing is, in my head, I still look like that.
But we
sometimes
don't. I feel like that.
So I'll look down and expect to see an inch less everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? But it's there.
Yeah. Even my fucking calves are I bet you my calves are double the size.
You ever put on a big jacket over yourself now and you're like, Jesus, fuck, there's so much of me.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Do you want to just get really thin?
Yeah,
800 calories a day?
Dude, I'm actually down.
And just water only?
Yep.
Two apples and a water. Dude, we'll get Joker thin.
Dude, do it for... All you gotta do is do it for a month.
Yeah, that's it.
You can drop 50 pounds in a month.
Well, what you do is you eat food so that it tells your brain.
Oh, no.
It tells your brain that you've eaten.
Just stop.
And then you throw it all.
Oh.
If anyone wants to get...
No, actually...
The Reasonable Doubt podcast does not endorse eating disorders.
Thank you for...
Unless you're trying to get hot.
Okay. But actually, you can just do what Christian Bale did for The Machinist. He had an apple.
Yeah.
What was it? An apple and a can of tuna with nothing else.
Yeah, I think that's what Joaquin Phoenix did too for the Joker.
Yeah, an apple and a can of tuna, because the apple gives you enough energy, right? And they would space it out all day.
Yeah,
and then
we do too much. If I had nothing to do ever,
and you just could hang out,
low calorie movements.
Yeah,
just fucking vibe in your house all day.
Do you remember though how I used to eat?
The rice and the beans?
Dude, it'd be rice, beans. I'd have a can of tuna. Or, I'd have a bowl of beef. And that would be, one of 2 meals for the day. And they were like that. Okay, this meal is going to be a cup and a half of ground beef. And it was that was my food.
I've been looking into... I don't have enough really to talk about it too much yet. This is going to be a future episode thing. But I've been looking into what people call the Lion's Diet.
What's that?
Just beef. That's everything. You get beef and you get oil. That's all you can consume.
For how long? But you gotta eat organs and everything.
Nope, that's all they eat.
Yeah, I know. You have to eat organs of the beef.
Sometimes. But this one guy I watched ate
intake.
nothing but 80% green, ground beef. 80% lean. Ground beef. That's all he ate.
For how long?
6 months.
And?
He got fat deposits in his eye sockets.
What?
Yeah. I forget what the technical name for it is. But fat, because you're consuming just so much beef tallow all the time, right? Your body doesn't know what to fucking do with it. So it makes you fat. It makes you greasy. And then it started depositing hard yellow fat, rimming his eye sockets just underneath the skin. And they're raised. And they would kind of close his eyes a little bit, and he would touch them. And they were firm. And he would be I watched him do this, and he gained 25 pounds.
Gained weight?
He gained weight.
How much was he eating though? A lot.
He was eating 1.5 pounds of ground beef 3 times a day.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's a lot. And he'd sit there and he's like greasy and he's like out of breath and he's got these fucking growths in his eyes and he's like, don't let the appearances deceive you. This is the best I've ever felt.
That's fucked.
And I'm like, you're fucking lying to yourself.
I had my buddy tell me to go on the potato diet. Do you know about this? No, I'm serious. He said to just eat. He did it. It's our friend.
Irish guy?
No, Dylan. German. He said
the fucking Irish have been doing that forever.
he literally said just eat raw potatoes. Just raw potatoes. I think they're toxic.
They are. Raw potatoes,
uncooked, right?
uncooked potatoes are toxic, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why you lose weight. It must be.
What we got to get on is the tapeworm diet.
He's gonna text me on Wednesday and be like, "That it's not what I said about the fucking. This is how it works. You got to do this." He'll tell me.
It's just raw, unwashed, unpeeled potatoes.
No, it's raw, peeled, cut potatoes, and that's all you eat.
Well,
What do you think the most extreme diet is you could actually do for a week?
For a week, I could probably do anything.
Okay,
because I know there's an end point. Indefinitely,
2 weeks.
2 weeks. The potato one would make me lose my mind.
I think. How fast do you get mercury poisoning?
Over years. You talking about just eating fish?
Just eat tuna for like 2 weeks.
I could eat tuna and rice and mayonnaise every day.
No rice, no mayo.
Just fish.
A can of tuna and an apple. How long do you think you could do it?
4 days.
Really?
Yeah, before it would really start affecting me, I think.
I think I could. If I was
You'd be a miserable prick.
If I was still taking AG1 and could have...
You're allowed black coffee,
I guess you wouldn't,
water.
Yeah, black coffee and water. You wouldn't want to take in... You wouldn't want to take in coconut water because you're not taking in any salt. You don't want the potassium.
And no AG1. You would be...
No, you have to take AG1 because you want the vitamin and nutrient.
No. We're talking about extreme diet. We're talking about...
you need the mineral, like vitamins and minerals.
Yeah, but that would make it easier.
No, the vitamins and minerals would help to satiate the body's requirements so that your body doesn't actually degrade that much.
That's what I mean. It would make it easier because you're going to actively start dying if you do this. If you ate 1 can of tuna and an apple a day, you would start dying eventually.
I wonder how long I could do it.
Doing just that, 4 or 5 days. You would be so hungry, dude. Do you want
to have a competition?
No.
Yes.
No, because I'll be miserable.
No, come on.
It's going to ruin relationships with people.
It's not.
I can't do that.
It's not. You have cigarettes?
No.
Yeah, you're fine.
I would
Black
smoke
coffee?
so much. I'd be smoking all day. I'd be chain smoking.
Okay, come on. Let's go. Let's see how long. Who can go longer?
I'm not doing it.
Come on.
I have too much shit.
Okay, I wanna see if I can go till next podcast.
Okay. Just a can of tuna and an apple?
Yeah, when do we start? Wednesday. We'll start this upcoming Wednesday, and I'll go till the Wednesday after.
All right, I'll start, but I won't promise I'll get the whole way because I will be...
How much weight do you think you'd lose in a week?
A couple pounds.
You think that's...
Yeah,
I think you'd lose a lot more because you're not taking in sodium. I think you'd be like,
well, you'd be
fuck.
Dehydrated.
Yeah,
pretty
you'd have
hard.
to drink water all the time, and I think you'd be like, holy shit.
But if you're talking pounds of fat loss, probably 2 pounds.
Well, what do people lose with water, water diets? How long do you think you'd do a water diet?
Couple weeks before I started getting sick.
You think 2 weeks you could just drink water?
If I was forced to, I think that would be the point where a doctor would be like, stop it. You know what I mean? Because you can do water diets, but they're heavily monitored.
I'm kind of curious about the fucking machinist diet. The apple and a can of tuna.
Yeah?
That's what Christian Bale did. And
apparently, after about a month, I've looked into the water diet thing. Apparently, after about a month, you stop getting hunger.
Yeah.
Because your brain just is like, fine, I'll shut up. If you're not going to feed me, then fine, I'll just stop.
I think that's what would happen with the apple and tuna
Probably.
thing.
You'd get used to it.
You'd get to the point where you're like, oh yeah, this is what I eat for the day.
And the water diet guys, too, they'll shit once a month.
What?
Yeah.
Well, because there's nothing in
There's
you.
nothing. It's just minerals you pick up from the water, and like dead cells that gotta go.
Yeah, and you can live for like a month. 28 days, they figure, is what you can live
With no food?
with, just water.
Yeah. Well, the water diet people will be taking like vitamins and shit.
Yeah,
But-
you have to take supplements.
Yeah, but there's guys that have done water diets for like 6 months. Under heavy with vitamins and shit.
vitamins
And
and
with
everything.
doctors watching them. And they'll lose like weight fast.
Well, because your body starts eating all the fat. It
Yeah.
needs an energy source. That's the thing. If you fully deplete yourself of an energy source, your body will attack the fat and start metabolizing fat because it's like, I need... You
some
like get
sort
up
of
and
energy.
move and it's like, use the fat now.
Yeah.
Like, it also destroys your muscle tissue. But...
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
your muscle tissue deflates, doesn't it? It doesn't actually eat the cells.
It does. You go into a catabolic state when you're in a heavy caloric negative.
Okay.
You go into a catabolic state, and then your body will actually eat the muscle tissue because it starts breaking it down.
It eats muscle before fat?
It eats both of them. It'll use the fat. It'll use the fat as an energy source for the body when you start burning. When you're like burning excessive amounts of energy, but the protein gets broken down to help repair and stuff with the like your basic functions. So
Okay.
it'll break down your muscle tissue to keep like brain function, like brain function, heart function.
The body's
liver
pretty
function.
cool.
It is. It's very interesting. Yeah,
All these ways we've evolved to just not die.
I know, it's crazy. I'm curious. I want to push it to the limit. I'm curious to see.
Like how extreme of a diet you can go on?
I want to know how long I could go on an apple a day with AG1, like take an AG1 and go an apple a day and an apple and a can of tuna.
I have done 2
or like
days,
an apple and a chicken breast,
2 days of no food before.
Yeah.
And by the end, when I snapped out of it, I was like in the worst mood I've ever been.
Yeah.
It's depressing. Which also makes me think like I'm useless in any sort of survival.
I think the
Scenario.
longest I've gone with no food is 4 days.
It's not fun.
No.
Everything is exhausting. Breathing is exhausting.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah, and it makes me sound like a bitch. That's fine. I'll wear that.
I think the big thing is that you have to stay busy.
Yeah, but like you can't be too busy because you're burning up energy you don't have.
Yeah. Well, that's how you lose weight.
That is how you lose weight. Yep. Don't try to do something long term that's sustainable and you can do for the rest of your life. When you're losing weight, you want to lose it all very, very fast.
Same way you want to make money, folks.
Yeah, do it all very quickly and then just do what you were doing before.
Yeah.
And you'll keep it off.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's how it works, yeah.
The problem with doing the apple and can of tuna, doing that, is that I know the big thing is when you go and you're like, okay, you can eat whatever you want. Guys go in there like, oh, fuck. And they eat, and then they're like,
Yeah, those throw up.
because you fucking can't. It's like, no. You reintroduce food. Like you have been eating an apple and a can of tuna.
That was a thing in the fucking Holocaust.
Was what? That they couldn't eat after.
Well, yeah, like all the people getting rescued in the camps, all the soldiers were giving them rations and stuff because
And
they
they
were
can't eat
starving.
'em.
And a bunch of them died.
Oh.
Because
Okay.
they were like the Americans and shit.
Yeah.
Like ration chocolate to these like starving children. We're like, here, eat this chocolate. And it's like more sugar than they've ever had in their life.
Yeah.
And they just like, die.
Yeah, it's like a shock to the nervous system. Yeah,
Yeah.
you would think you'd have an enormous insulin response.
Yeah.
Like
you haven't eaten in 2 weeks.
Your pancreatic function would just explode.
Yeah, but they're also so hungry that they're like stuffing their face.
Yeah.
And then their like stomachs explode.
Yeah, you got to wonder what would happen there because you'd have, what is it, like, your thyroid stimulating with TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, must be non-existent because you're starving. And then your, like, active hormones from the thyroid would be non-existent. You're fucking...
Yeah, so they had to like slowly like drip feed them.
Yeah, your pancreas hasn't worked, so you'd have no insulin response. The moment you took in any form of
They'd
glucose...
like go into diabetic shock.
Yeah, like literally, you'd immediately be like, just fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was brutal. This has been a very science-heavy episode.
I like it.
The science and O.J. Simpson, the anatomy of a juice.
The Anatomy of Juice. Yeah.
The Anatomy of
You
Juice.
should
We
not
got a
consume
fucking
juice. It's not good for you.
No, it's
Yeah.
as bad as pop.
Yeah.
So if you got orange juice, especially the juice
Yeah,
with a
you
lot
know
of
what,
pulp,
you know what you should do?
bring it over here and I'll get rid of it.
A little on the note. A good thing for fucking... I'm speaking to them.
Oh, not me.
These
Sorry,
guys.
I'll step back.
Oh, no, I'm
Speak to
speaking
them.
to you as well.
Okay. Tell the people.
You should go for a walk post-eating. Anytime
it's awesome.
you eat, you should go for a walk right after. It helps to mitigate
Dude, this weather-
the insulin spike immediately after eating.
This weather is so fucking nice.
I've been going for
I am
walks every night.
a different man.
Yeah.
Every single day, fresh out the shower, get nice clothes on, walk outside.
Yeah.
It's 20 degrees. The sun is out. It's like, whoa!
I know.
Like I'm a different man.
Me and the
The
wife-
seasonal depression is a bitch. And I always pretend like I don't have it every year. I tell myself I don't have it. And then the second sun rays hit my face, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's what it feels
Yeah,
like to be a human.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like the Venus women's shaving
I'm
razor.
your Venus. I'm your fire, your desire.
That's what it's like. That's what it feels when the first warm, sunny day. You're like,
Or like the 2001 A Space Odyssey, where it's bum, 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 ba-da-ba. That's exactly what it feels. It's like, oh,
yeah.
where
I
were
love
you,
it. I
baby
do
doll?
love it. Yeah, what have you been doing
What have you
up
been
there?
doing? I'm going to do outside sports and sit on patios.
Oh,
I love it. Go for a walk, sit on a patio. You've already said your piece about the juice. Yeah, lose a bunch of weight really fast. We love you. As always,
We're your hosts,
C. Griff.
and Jay Money.
Stay reasonable.
Keep doubting.
Good night.
Reasonable Doubt Podcast. If you guys like funny, hilarious, goofy, goober, silly boys podcast, that is a good place to find yourself.
That was a good